Right, so now the next reason why you can't break past the 10K a month barrier is because you probably can't keep your fans. Now, there's a few reasons why this might be, so let's go into this in a little bit more detail. The first thing is sales timing, right? You might be a little bit too spammy. If you make a fan feel that you are only speaking to him for money and just to milk him and just to rinse him and get everything from him, he's not gonna spend on you, okay? Now this is down to sales timing. When a fan subscribes, other than the welcome message, which is an indicator, if they buy that, they probably are a whale. If they don't buy that, do not then just be spamming pay-per-views over and over again. You should never really be spamming pay-per-views. They should be set up, it should be run through a script, and there should be a strategy there. Now, obviously, if you're running your own OnlyFans account, it's gonna be a lot harder for you to do that. But to your advantage, you can be way more personalized because you can send voice notes there and then, you can send pictures there and then, which obviously the chat team is gonna find it way harder in unique scenarios. However, sales timing is everything when it comes to this. This is where the relationship gets hindered, and this is why you cannot keep them at the start. You just instantly put yourself in the bracket of every other OnlyFans girl that fan is also ignoring because he's not only subscribed to you, okay? Now, you also need to think about what are we selling. A lot of people don't actually understand this. So there's three things to this, okay? Quality of feed is the first one, right? This is the thing that will draw these fans into your chat specifically, okay? Now, on OF, you can have like a feed, kind of like Instagram, but specifically for OF, obviously. So now the quality of pictures and this type of stuff that you are posting on your feed is very important. If you're just posting random pictures that you've got in your camera roll as a feed post with a random caption, then you're literally missing out on so much attention that is going to other models, that they're going to other creators that have a strategy in their feed. Because when someone subscribes as well, the first thing they see is your feed. So now if you've got an over explicit feed and you've got loads of content on there where a fan can just enjoy himself and not even go into the chats, you're obviously not going to keep that fan in the chat or even subscribe, because once you've seen all the stuff in your feed, and if there's too much explicit stuff, they're going to get what they want and never speak to you. This is something that is the first thing that stops people from making money in the chats. It's the actual feed. It needs to be a continuation of your brand on your socials. So if you are a JOI on your socials, if you're going viral for JOI content, continue that on into your feed. This will only further get these subscribers to be into your messages, okay? And then the second thing is, are we giving the fans what they want? Now, this might seem a little bit like common sense, but a lot of people don't actually understand what their fans want because they don't ask the appropriate questions and they do not write down notes of preferences. You need to understand your fan's preference. If a fan is buying solo content from you, he probably doesn't want to see boy girl content, so stop trying to push that on them, especially through mass messages. Have these fans that just understand their preferences, because a lot of people will only want solo content because they want a relationship with you. That is the main thing a lot of these fans want, is an actual relationship. Now, don't get me wrong, you do get the odd fans that just come in, just want to see tapes and whatever, and you can send that across to them. You can make money easy doing that. But if you want to make the real money and keep have a loyal fan base, you need to understand their preferences and are you actually giving them what they want, because it's not always content, okay? Now I'm going to touch on that a bit more in the future, in the next point. But the third point is spamming pay-per-views. Now back to the sales timing. Or is someone buying content from you and then you just constantly still after he's bought, or are you actually doing aftercare, which stops spamming pay-per-views? Because going back to the point before, they don't just want content, right? So if you're just shoving content down their throat, they're not going to want it, and they're not going to be in your chats again, because it's not a good experience just getting shoved pay-per-views constantly, okay? Now, no whale creation is huge, okay? Whales, more than anyone, want more than just content, okay? You need to understand the 80-20 rule. 20% of fans equals 80% of the money. These are the whales, but a lot of people do not have any whales. You do, you just don't know that they're there, and you're not asking the right questions, and you're not understanding what your fans want, because there will be a lot of whales that want more than just content. A lot of these guys, they just want a relationship with a model. So if you're not providing that, or your chat team or you yourself are not providing that, not only are you missing out on whales, so 80% of your money through the whales, because you're not creating any whales, but you're missing out on just anyone that actually wants a relationship with you, which will be a lot more people than you think.